If you want to create more financial success and a stronger sense of meaning and purpose in your life, then two of the most important questions that you need to ask yourself are: what value do you provide to the world, and what level of problems do you solve? Because those two answers will determine by and large the amount of leverage that you have to get money and also your sense of fulfillment. But for the sake of this video, we're going to focus on the money. For example, if the problem that you solve for people is serving their morning coffee, while this is an important and appreciated role, as I'm sure many of us can attest to struggling without that morning hit of caffeine, it's also highly replaceable and therefore does not gain you much financial leverage. But if you are great at the job and you create a fantastic guest experience, you now provide more value to people and you become less replaceable, which then often leads to promotions, where you become responsible to solve higher level problems. Every business, industry, and even relationship has a parallel of this ecosystem. And these ecosystems are not created equal, and not everyone has the facilities to become a rocket scientist or a brain surgeon or someone who provides massive value and solves extremely difficult problems in order to make a lot of money. And that's okay. I think that people grossly underestimate what can be grown over the course of a lifetime with just a handful of seeds and a heart full of consistency. For example, $200 a month in a Vanguard index will be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars for your retirement, or the beginning of a multi-million-dollar portfolio for your grandkids. A society grows great when old men plant trees in whose shade they will never sit. I have officially become a broken record with the amount of times that I repeat that quote. People just don't want to hear it or live by it because it is the opposite of self-gratification and instant gratification and materialism and living your best life and YOLO. So, what value do you provide to the world around you, and what level of problems do you solve? These were the exact questions that I asked myself about 8 years ago when I felt like my life was meaningless and I was just traveling in a never-ending loop, Groundhog Day every day. I had a slightly above average income. I owned my own house, but I felt like there was always something more for me. And what I did was I took inventory of my skill set and what value I thought I had the ability to offer the world and what problems I was capable of helping someone else solve. It was at that moment that I realized I pretty much had nothing to offer outside of my experience spending years as an athlete, training my body and doing rehab work on my knees and hips and ankles. So naturally, I took a pay cut and set off to become a personal trainer, which within a year and a half led me to realize I was far more interested in people's mindsets and their personal relationships than I was in their biceps and glutes and counting their reps. So that's when I got into learning about psychology and coaching and mindset and building my own communication skills. And I started posting some of my thoughts and experiences on TikTok, and that grew to 500,000 followers. And it's just been like one wave after another. One door opens and another door opens, and I learn more about myself as I go. But it all started with asking myself, what value can I bring to the world, and what problems can I help solve? And even with what I'm doing right now, recording and posting this video, this is one of the ways I am attempting to provide greater levels of value to the world and to people. If I can manage to successfully assist you with your mentality and therefore assist you in solving the unique problems that you come up against in your life, that becomes a metric of value that I can leverage for financial gain. For example, I am rewarded with your views and your book purchases and clientele, and maybe I will even get into some product affiliation in the future, right? That is just how value works. If I can garner more views for YouTube, then I become a more valuable asset to YouTube and its subsequent advertisers, and therefore I get paid more. And I wanted to keep this video short, simple, and straightforward because it really is. I can't give you the answer that only you have access to. All I can do is hopefully pose a question that helps bring you closer to your own answers. And I hope I have accomplished that mission today. I think the next topic that I want to touch on is about the 9 to 5 grind and hustle culture and all the predatory content creators who quit their 9 to 5s by making money telling you to quit your 9 to 5s. And I have a few things to say about that, and I'm curious what you might all think as well. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching.